This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, just about 6:53. Let's get you ready for the start of your new week here with the Morning Sprint. We'll have a chilly start to the morning. Mark has your full forecast. But first, two deadly shootings this weekend in the Northwest. 2 people were killed at a music festival at the Gorge. Sydney Charles has those details. But right now, let's get to Peter Choi live in Idaho's Silver Valley, where 4 people were shot and killed at an apartment complex in Kellogg last night.
Idaho State Police say they received a call around 7:20 Sunday night, and the police say they found 4 people dead and arrested a 31-year-old man. The Kellogg Police and ISP are still investigating the scene right now. They have not released the identity of the suspect or the victims. As of now, no information about why the shooter opened fire. We keep you updated online and here on 4 News Now.
And we're following developments out of the Gorge this morning, where tragedy broke out at a summer music festival as 2 people were killed and 2 others were injured in a shooting Saturday night at the Gorge Amphitheater. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says investigators are not sure of how this all started yet, but did say at one point the shooter was firing randomly into the crowd. The Sheriff's Office has not yet released the name of the suspect or possible motive. It says the information about the victims will not be released until the investigation is complete. Beyond Wonderland sent out an email to concert goers saying that the campgrounds will be open until noon today to make sure attendees have a place to stay if they decide to. And you can read more details about this story right now on KXLY.com.
And those were 2 of several shootings taking place across a deadly weekend of gun violence in the U.S. New footage shows the moments after a mass shooting in St. Louis. 10 people under the age of 18 were shot inside an office building during a party. Police have recovered multiple firearms from the scene and are investigating who was responsible for that party. 4 teens were shot in West Detroit late last night. Detroit police say 2 males and 2 females were shot at around 9:30. 2 of those victims are in critical condition. And in the Chicago suburb of Willowbrook, 1 person was killed and 20 others injured during a Juneteenth celebration. Witnesses say the peaceful event turned into chaos in seconds. The motives for all of these shootings are still unknown.
As we look at our forecast radar and our First Alert Weather and the First Alert Weather app with all the changes, it'd be perfect. We are going to see some afternoon rain showers coming through the region. We're expecting to be a part of that. Not a real organized effect, but yeah, we'll see some showers. Right now we're sitting into the mid-40s. It's on the cool side. Today, we'll go from the mid-40s. We're going to warm up. 63 will be our high today.
In the University of Idaho murders case, prosecutors say the judge should deny the defense's request to put the trial on pause. Brian Kohberger's lawyers filed that motion last week. The 2 are at odds over the release of materials related to the grand jury indictment. The defense wants to pause the proceedings, then determine if there's a valid reason to do so when it obtains the grand jury information. The next hearing in the case is scheduled for June 27th, which is next Tuesday. For months, people have been showing up at libraries across North Idaho upset over the books in the children's sections. Some libraries have been dealing with protesters calling them things like groomers and pedophiles for the books in those children's sections. Because of the backlash, library staff are now changing how they classify these books. These protests and public comments have resulted in new library cards for minors. Starting July 1st, parents can get specific cards for their kids for either the children's collection, the teen collection, or open access to the entire library.
Well, Spokane County pools open today. Starting at 11 a.m., you can come out here and enjoy all these cool things, some water slides. Starting at 11, you can also reserve your spot online to make sure that you have a spot here. There's also swim lessons you can sign up for if you really need that extra hand. And there's even financial assistance if you need it. And the pools will be open from today until August 20th.
A lingerie company is being forced to return nearly $700,000 to customers in Washington for violating the state's Consumer Protection Act. According to the Attorney General's office, from 2012 to 2017, the Adore Me company had a pre-checked box on online orders that would enroll customers in a VIP membership that charged people almost $40 a month. The lawsuit says many people didn't even know they were placed into this monthly membership program and that funds were collected for several months. And today is Juneteenth, organized every year on June June 19th as a federal holiday commemorating the emancipation of slavery. This year, there are plenty of events in the Spokane area to help you celebrate, including Juneteenth Spokane 2023. Spokane Community Against Racism is hosting this event with barbecue, music, games, and more. It's all happening at Underhill Park from 9 to 3. We'll get that final check of weather with Mark Peterson coming up in 75 seconds.